So we agreed?
Agreed.
Good. I'd say this was a rather productive meeting, don't you? Everything's falling into place.
So now that we're both in agreement, can we get the ball rolling on this whole thing? The sooner it's done, the more off I'll be.
Agreed.
Look at you two. Thick as thieves. So funny when those old sayings are so appropriate, isn't it? I'm not interrupting anything, am I?
No, just attorney-client talk. Nothing for you to worry about. Commissioner Devane, I'm sorry. I haven't formally introduced myself. My name is Rick Lansing.
I know who you are. Mainly by reputation. You're Mr. Quintus' brother, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. And when I found out that you were coming down here to talk with Mr. Jerome, I pulled your file, quite an extensive history on both sides of the law. Very creative methods were employed to keep you out of Pentonville. It made me kind of curious as to what kind of favors were pulled in, on your behalf. There must have been some significant leverage applied to get you a spot as DA.
Well, I served with distinction.
Well, your tenure was characterized with blatant corruption. Isn't that part of the reason that you were packed off to a private practice in LA?
No, that's not quite how it happened. I am a defense attorney, yes. Mr. Jerome's defense attorney, to be exact, and I demand that you either charge or release my client.
No, I don't think so. I've only had Mr. Jerome here for 24 hours. Legally, I can keep him here for 48. He's a person of interest, you see. He was found standing over A.J. Quartermain's body, holding the gun that shot him. Isn't that right, Mr. Jerome?
I told you, Commissioner. I picked up the gun for my own protection after I found AJ shot and lying on the floor.
There, simple enough. You have as much evidence to corroborate my client's story as you do to refute it. You have no reason to hold him here.
No reason other than his past criminal acts, many of which I'm personally familiar with.
Oh, so this is a personal grudge against Mr. Jerome. I must say, if that's the case, then I will have to bring a rather large lawsuit against the county, the city, and you as well, Mr. Devane. From what I hear, from the short time that I've been back, Mayor Lomax is just looking for a reason to kick you to the curb. You know what? I'm happy to give her one. So, here's the deal, Commissioner. You release my client immediately, or you lose your job and every penny that you have.
Why go to so much trouble, Mr. Lansing? All you have to do is ask your client to give us the name of the person he was with when the crime was committed. You must agree that your client could save us a lot of time and trouble if he would just give us the name of his alibi.
There's no reason to reveal his identity.
Why? Because the less said about this person, the less likely it is that they exist.
I think we should get back to the lawsuit that I'm going to file on behalf of my client.
You really are living up to your unsavory reputation, aren't you? I can't imagine that these intimidating tactics worked with Max Scorpio when you were last here. And quite frankly, I find it very offensive that you think they're going to work with me. As for the mayor, I'll take my chances. I have the law and the facts on my side in this instance. And until I find any evidence clearing your client, he's going to spend the next day behind bars.
Sure.
And a lot longer if I have my way. Yes.
You're needed in your office.
Oh, okay. I have to go. I have something to attend to.
We're not through with this.
Yes, we're through.
So, you're the man with the plan? What do we do now?
Commissioner, I was surprised that your office called. I hope you didn't bring me down here to harass my client again. I'm a very, very busy man. I'm trying to put together a lawsuit.
Stop talking.
Something has happened.
A.J. Quartermain regained consciousness. I was told he stated that Julian Jerome was not the person who shot him. You're free to go.
Well, Commissioner, maybe next time you'll listen to me.
Unlikely.
Well, this is certainly fun, but I suggest focus less on harassing my client and more on finding out who really did shoot AJ.